Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here, and welcome to Team Snooze. I don't know why I said it like that. Team Snooze is actually far more relaxed. It's all just about chilling out and staying in bed all day and playing Pokemon. Oh, also we have a new Team Snooze posters. Actually, it's not just a poster. Beginning today, I am releasing an all-new Team Snooze pin badge. You can show off your full allegiance to Team Snooze with the pin badge, the poster, or the Team Snooze starter kit. And yeah, cheeky bit of promo. Click the link at the top of the description. It helps out the channel massively. And of course, the posters are limited edition. Really, I should just do the whole video like this. Team Snooze is just, yeah, it's the most chill Pokemon team ever. Picture evil teams like Team Rocket, Magma, Aqua. They got these nefarious notions. You know what? I am out of focus. So I should probably sit up. But yeah, those evil teams, they are all about world domination, and it must just be so much effort. Team Snooze is my villainous team that I've talked about in a whole number of other videos, but the main two are My Evil Team and My Evil Team Returns. My Evil Team sets up what Team Snooze is about, what our goals, our missions are, how we would conquer a region, and Team Snooze Returns talks about what if we returned like Rainbow Rocket did in the Alola region. Anyway, I of course am really hopeful to continue the Team Snooze story, but just to bring you up to speed, when dealing with an evil team, always as a kid, my favorite thing to look at was what Pokemon do they use. Like Team Aqua, especially in the card game, there's Spheal and Corphish are like the main two, but then there's also Carvanha, Sharpedo. Team Magma has Numel and Camerupt, but in the games, in the TCG, they have Houndour. And yeah, just looking at the evil team's Pokemon, and usually they just have like Poison or Dark types, which always kind of bothered me. And again, I like this feeling of a theme around stuff. I've talked about that in the My Pokemon Gym series, which is actually where the idea for Team Snooze even started, was in the very first My Pokemon Gym. The very first one I did, I spoke about how my team would have Teddiursa and Snorlax, because one's a cuddly bear that you cuddle to go to sleep, and the other is a big sleeping bear. A lot of connectivity in the theme, but since then, Team Snooze has grown, and across the entire Team Snooze, I guess, playlist of videos, across everything that My Evil Team, Team Snooze, that you have signed up to, and by the way, there's Team Snooze sign-up sheets as well as to where you can get this poster. This is a limited poster, by the way. Once they're gone, they're gone. Probably just once they're sold out, I'm going to leave them that way, probably for a good long time. So I don't know. Anyway, get one while you can. It helps out the channel. It helps out Team Snooze. Helps us take over the world by hiring people who are actually competent. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about every single Pokemon that has been associated with Team Snooze across any of the stories ever, and how they're related to the team. And that divides the Pokemon up into two sections. The sort of the kinda section of Team Snooze, and then the more evil section of Team Snooze. So what's in the kinda section? Well, you've got Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, both Pokemon known for singing and putting their opponents to sleep, as well as Swablu and Altaria, again, songbirds. They put things to sleep, which is what we like in Team Snooze. Hoothoot and Noctowl, and I would say that Hoothoot is probably one of these starting Pokemon that we would give a Team Snooze grunt on sign-up. Same as Munna, which evolves into Marrhew, a Pokemon that I have never, ever been able to pronounce. And Munna, again, one of those sleeping Pokemon, is a Pokemon that we would give to Team Snooze grunts on sign-up. Actually, I'm going to have a look at the Team Snooze sign-up sheet. We have had nearly 5,000 responses. I'm pretty sure that makes us the biggest evil team ever in the history of Pokemon. And Munna is the third most wanted starter for the Team Snooze sign-up. Hoothoot came in at 22%. 10% goes to Drowsy, so that's the smallest, least wanted one, which surprises me, actually. I think lots of Team Snooze grunts would want a Drowsy to evolve into a Hypno. It is, of course, a mainstay of any sleeping Pokemon themes. And by far the biggest one, with over 50% of Team Snooze grunts wanting it, are Munchlax. Munchlax, which will evolve into Snorlax, the signature Pokemon of the Team Snooze boss, me, and also one of my favorite Pokemon. Haha, this is great. What are the sign-up form questions are you willing to nap a lot? And of course, 82% of the answers are yes. But then there's one that's just like, I sleep a lot. Or, I would like to have the day shift because I am a nocturnal person. This is great. I should add more questions to this. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The only other Pokemon that are on the kind of Team Snooze good side are Kamala, a Pokemon that fits the Team Snooze theme perfectly, and Slowpoke and Slowbro, just because they're a little slower, and a drowsy Pokemon. And also, Psychic is a theme, a type that definitely holds the team together. Ending with the final Pokemon on this side, which is Cresselia. This is the Pokemon that you want on your team to wake up people. This is the Pokemon that you want to use to beat Team Snooze. So, what about that darker side? What does that consist of? Well, there's the Slakoth line with Vigoroth and Slacking. These are Pokemon that loaf around all the time. And Slacking is one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game. It just also has the most terrible ability. It skips every other turn so it can laze around. So that's kind of a mainstay. Murkrow and Honchkrow are around. They are kind of a loose connection to Altaria and Swablu, kind of like the reverse evil side of them. Honchkrow is used by a lot of evil team leaders, and I was a bird keeper before becoming the Team Snooze boss, so I decided to add it. Teddy Ursa I mentioned earlier, but Ursaring is definitely on this side of the fence. You would not want to encounter that Pokemon in a dark woods. And speaking of a Pokemon you wouldn't want to encounter in the dark, Gengar. The Gengar used by the Team Snooze boss does know Hypnosis and Dream Eater. This is a Pokemon you don't want to mess with. Mimikyu has only made an appearance in Team Snooze, I think once, maybe twice, but mostly as a Pokemon you encounter on the island of the My Trial Captain video. There's also Natu and Xatu, which really don't have that much theme with connection with sleep. They are, again, psychic birds, and I think they just fit in with the bird part of that because there has to be some bird keeper element to it. And I'm pretty sure they can learn Hypnosis. Spiritomb is a pretty shady Pokemon that the Team Snooze boss uses at one point. It's just another nightmare-fueled Pokemon. And on the reverse side of Cresselia is Darkrai. Usually the Pokemon that the people of Team Snooze, our members, our grunts, are wanting to go after. So yeah, watch out for that Pokemon's terrible power. Usually the aim of Team Snooze is to use Darkrai's power to just cause eternal nightmares. There's also 4 legendary Pokemon that fit into the Team Snooze videos. Blacephalon was used specifically in the Team Snooze Returns video. Even more specifically, a shiny Blacephalon, which I merge with in the same way that Luzami merges with Nihilego, and that is just the plot of that, and I think Blacephalon is a proper nightmare-fueled Pokemon anyway. But its connections to a sleep team are pretty loose. And finally, the Therian forms of Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus. These 3 Pokemon come from the Dream World, so they are studied specifically by the admin of Team Snooze, which is Noggin. They are studied as part of the Interdream Zone, and these Pokemon, they are legendary additions to the team. There are some Pokemon that I have yet to use with Team Snooze that I am kind of considering, like Lunatone or Umbreon, Pokemon to do with the moon, to do with night. But maybe I'll include that in the Team Snooze sign-up form. If I can't, please leave a comment. Let me know, what Pokemon do you think should be part of Team Snooze? What would you like to have on your Team Snooze theme? You are the grunts of Team Snooze. We are the biggest ever growing evil team of the Pokemon world. You've seen my propaganda posters. They are everywhere. They claim that you'll get a free Munchlax and a onesie. You don't get a onesie. You do get a Munchlax. You definitely get a poster, so grab them while you can. Sign up to the form below. And of course, soar high, Pokemon Masters. Unless you're feeling like taking a nap. In that case, let's snooze. It's genuinely the reason I like filming videos on my bed. Soar high, Pokemon Masters. Using the links below, sign up to Patreon today to get merch, Pokemon cards, shoutouts. A special thank you goes to the patrons who made 3 videos a week possible, especially the Poke Myth of the Month, Jessica Mather. Thank you so much for your support.